the S, I'm not an expert on it, I think the S is for sanctuary, and the circle shows the community around the people who are in sanctuary.
If I can make you laugh, I'll be like, I'm doing well.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to get started momentarily, but Ravi is on his way, so we are waiting for him.
Let's start the walk.
Okay.
That's why we're here. You know, we've been doing this prayer vigil. The prayer vigil is who we are. What the biggest difference we make is the prayer we bring to this. The spiritual aspect from deep inside of us, from our churches, our synagogues, everywhere. So let's start the prayer. I will point out one thing. The building is sinking, right? Yes. So hopefully, sooner than later, this will all end. Exactly. So, where do we start? You want to?
We'll start at the steps over here. So let's walk over there and make sure you get a copy of the Jericho prayer.
And this is all in silence. So let's keep the urge to talk really, really tight. Good to see you. Come on, let's start.
Good morning again, everybody. Welcome to this Jericho walk. How many of you are here for the first time? Thanks. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you. So if you need a reminder, we are going to walk around the building 7 times today. Each time we will meet and gather right in front of these stairs again, and we will silently pray this prayer. But I'm going to walk you through just a few easy to follow steps just so you can remember what we're doing. So in just a moment, we will turn toward the building and we will pray this prayer out loud in English, in Spanish, in whatever language you'd like to. Then we will start walking that way in single file, which stretches us out and sort of helps us to keep silent because it is a silent walk. When we come back around here, we will again turn toward the building and pray silently, and then we'll lead you all around again. When we come back at the end of the 7th time, we will pray the prayer again, and then I hear from Ravi that he'd like us to scream at the building. So we're going to do that in good Jericho walk fashion. But does anyone have questions before we do that? Ravi said 7 too.
It's not cold today.
You want how cold is everybody? Can you do 7?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do 7. If you need to take a break, you know where to find us. Dear God, you are a God of love,
and you call us to love and to take care of others,
so that we can build a society
of love, peace, and justice. In this country, we live on principles of liberty and justice. Millions of our brothers and sisters under their laws.
Justice, in solidarity, and in Amen.
They aren't giving her a discount anymore, remember?
Dear God, you are a God of love, and you call us to love and to take care of each other so that we can build a society of love, peace, and justice. In this country founded on principles of liberty, justice,
Millones de nuestros hermanos y hermanas viven bajo leyes injustas y discriminatorias en su contra.
Millions of our families are divided and separated. Parents and loved ones are deported. Every day, millions of people suffer.
That's the reason why we are here today. And this is difficult for us to present the wall of justice that divides us. We know that you are here.
We know that you are a fair God and that you will listen to our prayers. We know that in the fullness of time you will bring down these walls of injustice. We know that you will help us to soften the hearts of our government, politicians, and all people, so that very soon we can have a new immigration law that protects the dignity of all. We pray you will give us all the right to remain solidarity and
Thank you all so much for being here today. What you are doing here today is not just symbolic. This is the ritual that undergirds all of the work we do the rest of the week. So thank you for your commitment. Thank you for doing it 7 times today. We will be back here next week at 11 a.m. We hope to see you. We hope to see many more of your friends. Invite them. And with that, I'm going to let Sarah and Ravi take us out.
I've been doing this in your absence, but I feel like you should do it.
No, go ahead.
So, remember when I told you every time that we did the Jericho walk that we were going to bring Ravi home? It works?
That's right.
Yeah. Because we're not simply silently walking, we are leading a movement that I promise you is bringing about change. Like I do every week, I invite you all to come and bring 5 family members, 5 friends, 5 lovers, just 5 more people to be with us next Thursday. I'll let Ravi give you the updates on his case. I love you all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Micah. I didn't know I could scream that much. I have never screamed like that. Verbally, yeah. Inside I screamed a lot. Inside I screamed every day when I was in prison, in detention. It's been a long, long, long journey. Today I did not, the energy drained as I was walking around because I did not know this would affect me so much. I come here not being a victim, but easy victimized. That's what they want to do. They want to victimize us. This is about psychological warfare that they want us to be weak. They want us to cave and knuckle under so we don't, our spirits are broken. As I continue to walk, and I'm glad we walked 7 times, I got stronger and stronger. I felt better and the energy flowed through me from the universe, from God. And this is why we are here today. This is why it is not symbolic. And this is why they hate this. Because even though we are not saying a word, we are saying a lot. We are creating change. Let me digress for 1 second. What happened, you people? Everywhere you go, you're creating news, right? What's up with that? The media here should be thanking you because they were here when this happened, right, guys? So this is good. When they follow New Sanctuary, things happen. Things are happening around us. We are creating things that happen. And we are going to stop this. You know, they are getting offended by the words we are using. I read a tweet from General Kelly today saying the teacher who was talking about the military, money for the military, and he's saying that she should go to hell. Imagine someone who is talking about peace going to hell for speaking about peace, but what does he think he is? Where does he think he's going? Where does he think he's going? Propagating the right to kill. The right to have a bigger penis than North Korea. We heard that. We heard that at the State of the Union. My penis is bigger, and I want to get it bigger. All right? This, okay, you all should edit that, right? But we want this to grow. February 10th is Saturday. Saturday is according to their words, is D-Day. January 11th was D-Day for them. This was not meant to happen, and I stand here today. I prepared some videos before I went in the day before, and what did I say? That they were going to take me away as quickly as they can. You know when they were going to take me away? January 11th. Sorry, January 12th. January 12th was the day that they put me on that van to take me to Trinidad. And even though they were looking, I'm sitting there and I'm hearing them. There's a hole in the computer not to do anything from Washington, D.C., from everywhere, and they were still ignoring that because they wanted me out of here. They wanted me out of here because they assume that when I'm out of here, this will end. This is not going to end.
That's right.
This is not going to end because I am not leading this. We are leading this. What has happened in the last 2-3 weeks is an explosion. No pun intended. It's an explosion of leadership from everywhere. It has been so beautiful. It is something to look at and just be overwhelmed by what you have done. Each and every one of you have done this. The problem I have is when I'm here is that it doesn't implode. I don't want you to think that I'm leading this, or Sarah is leading this, or Micah is leading this, or Juan Carlos is leading this, or Judy is leading this. This is not about a leader. This is about you having the power, you knowing you have the power, and you using that power to change this. Let us not bring it back to a small group that you see in front of you. Let us walk and take that power and go into that wall of injustice, that, I'm not going to say den of inequity, that principality, that darkness. And I mean, where is the ICE officer? I'm not seeing the ICE officer here. Where is he? Oh, he's not around today? You're only surprised at who is an ICE officer. They look like us. I have seen many of them. You know, when 8 of them accompanied me on the airplane, there are 8 ICE officers in the airplane with me to take me down to Florida. Wow. I am special. My ex-wife said that too, but she meant it in a different way. Yeah, I'm special, and I'm special because you are here. You are here and making me special. Ravi special. I want us to make Juan special, and Jose, and Judith, and Myrna, and Sandra, and Edna, and who? And Natasha, and Mariel, and Victor, and Alberto, and Jean, and you know the names, come on. Carlos, say the names.
Elba.
More names, come on, we have 900 names. 900 names we have in our Valentine minute.
Kelvin. Virgen.
Why are
Marta.
Right, we have 900 names. We
Maria.
have 500. We have 2 to 3 million people in the city. We have 2 to 3 million people in the city. Let's make them. Let's make their names. Let's make them special. Let's change us, and let all of us stand in dignity and respect for each other, and live a life of freedom. All right. So I'm going to end here. If there are any questions, this was about you, talking to you, but we invited the press. So if they wanted to ask me any questions, I'm here. I will say that this is Dr. Alan Keller, but he's on the Torture Society. No, he doesn't torture people. He helps people in torture. And he came to interview me at Orange County. And I told him he's going to have a hard time finding trauma in me. Unfortunately, I was wrong. He was right. When he left me. I was a little underwhelmed. On Monday, it was good because it was 2 days after he came to me. So I'm able to stand here in the aura of your presence, in your presence, in the love that you have for me and for each other. So there's trauma that we have as immigrants we face. We need to recognize that trauma, and then we need to help them through that trauma so they are able to live their potential as immigrants, as mothers, as fathers, as children, as brothers and sisters, women and men. Thank you very much, everyone.
Ravi, don't lose your sense of humor. Don't lose your sense of humor.
I have a sense of humor. I don't know that. You all, I mean.
Well, a bad one, but you have.
How can people watch and help you and help Jean Montreville? Is there anything people can do to help?
So yes, people can help Jean Montreville, myself, by doing what you saw happen today. There may not be many words said during this vigil, but there are many things that have been expressed, and they know that, and they are very sensitive. They are sensitive to what we are saying. They are sensitive to the fact that they think that we look at them as bad guys, right? We look at them as bad guys. Yeah, and if you don't want to be a bad guy, don't do bad things. Right? Don't snatch people away from their families. Don't deport families. Don't go into their homes and take away your father. That's bad. That's bad doing. That dudery, right? They should not do this. And if they continue, it is only natural. We are not liberals. We're not progressives. We are humans that are seeing another human being snatched away, lives being destroyed. And we are saying this as a human being to another human being. We respect them. We want to respect them. But until they are able to stop, we will continue to stand against what they are doing.
And one last thing, people might not have a good idea about what you've gone through over the last couple of weeks. They read past it, but can you tell me what you've gone through when they take you, and what does that do to your heart and your spirit?
That's a long conversation. But it has been extremely surreal to watch what was happening. This was an out-of-body experience. Watching them snatch me away, watching them handcuff me in the ambulance, watching you in so much passion and so much energy standing up for me. But then when they took me to Bellevue, having 8 to 10 ICE officers around me, and then 8 to 10 NYPD coming in, their strategic emergency response unit coming in there to watch them watch me. Today on the Brian Lara show, he asked me, would NYPD there to protect me? No! They were watching them, eyes to protect eyes for me who was shackled on a hospital bed. Wow, what power do I have, right? You know, if I do take off my hat and my hair, right? What they may realize that I do have it. So this is, maybe this is what they're afraid of. Maybe the walk we walk is the cross I bear for this process. I'm sorry, Micah. Where's one towel? I'm sorry, Minister. Okay, I don't like to use the Jesus look. I'm sorry. So I'm going to put my hair back.
Can I say one thing about helping? Volunteer with the New Sanctuary Coalition, and you can find us at newsanctuarynyc.org.
Thank you very much. Any more
Also,
questions?
we have the
I have a
vigil
question.
at 5.
You went from, within 1 week, you went from being detained by the federal government to being in the epicenter of power of the federal government. Can you talk about that?
Oh, wow. Isn't that surreal again, right? And you say from detention to the power, I would describe it differently. From going from the belly of the beast in detention and the effect, to going to the cause, which is another belly of the beast, of why this is happening. And it is again out of body experience to sit down there and hear him equate all immigrants as criminals, as violent people. And how many of us as immigrants themselves, Judith, right? Juan Carlos. Yeah, he's an immigrant still. We have come here to better ourselves. And if we are bettering ourselves, we are bettering our communities. That's a natural process. You know, if they remove us from the city will die. 2 to 3 million people are taken away from this community. This city will die, it will not function. And this goes for many cities. And to hear him say that, all I could do was sit down in stunned silence. I did not stand up at all during this process. I couldn't. I could not applaud at anything that was being said, because it was cruel. It was cruel words to break people and to make people afraid. He wants to build a wall, $25 billion, yet they cannot pass children health care, right? That is $13 billion, only $13 billion. They cannot pass something for take care of our young kids, children. Yet they want to build a wall. What is more important? Where is the humanity? Where is the love of the church people who stand up over him and pray? They stand up over him to pray for him, to keep him in power. Why? I thought they read the scriptures, they read the Bible, and it was about the Bible, and it was our family, it's about children, and yet they cannot ask him to pass a health bill for kids. So what does that say about where they are going, where we are going?
Dude, what was it like being in the room, Ravi? You were there. What was it like after being incarcerated? Then what was it like to be there in the room, in the belly of the beast, that beast?
So I have to watch my words carefully, and my wife and my lawyers and everyone will tell me, because the noose is still really wrapped tightly around my neck. You know, they don't like me to say that. He mentioned that, the director mentioned that, he said he does not like the word a guillotine and a noose. But I am being strangled. I have a hard time breathing every day. And when not only myself but everyone is so afraid that they cannot come here without feeling the knot of anxiety that is deep within my stomach. That's what I felt. And I've done this work, and I'm going to do this work, and I'm going to be here. Right? I'm going to be here. Are they going to take me away? No, right?
No.
You all are going to stop this.
Yes.
We are not going to let them do this. This they talk about we being a threat to society, but look at the society that is represented here. The ministers, the faith leaders, well, they're faith leaders. Sometimes they're not, but that's fine. I'm just kidding, Micah. But the people that is here, we want, this is who you are, and we need to hold them accountable that they cannot use that premise. And to answer your question, which I went all around, you know, the Congresswoman Velasquez and Congresswoman Clark, who took me there, treated us really well. And the Congresswoman Clark boycotted. Congresswoman Velasquez said she would have boycotted, except she brought us there as a statement of defiance. We sat down there as a statement of defiance, not to revel in the opulence of what was happening, but as a defiance of the face of what the destruction they were doing. And when she rescued us from that place, she rescued us. She came up and grabbed our hands and took us out, and as we were walking out, he was right there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. That's all I can say. I'm watching my words carefully. Finally, right, I'm watching my words carefully. But what she did is she walked past and went around and took us out. So we did not have to be
Did your heart stop? What was the emotion that you had? Can you talk about the emotion?
I can't talk about
Don't
that.
pressure him because he
Yeah.
will talk.
I know, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Mark on your calendars, February 10th. We will be emailing details in the coming days.